All right, let's flip over to the other side of the ball and talk about this LSU offense, because I don't know who's going to stop this unit. I mean, I was kind of hesitant to go all in and push all of my chips into the center of the table because they put up big numbers against Florida State, albeit in a loss, but pretty good numbers. But not the number that matters, which is the one on the scoreboard, obviously. And then they, trounced Grambling State, but it was an FCS opponent, obviously inferior. But then they go to Mississippi State, and those numbers translate. They play really well there. Jaden Daniels puts up Heisman-esque numbers. And then they do it again this past weekend against Arkansas. This unit is balling right now. It's the number 8 total offense in the country, number 1 in the SEC, averaging 500 yards per game. And it's a balanced attack, which is so important in today's day and age of college football when you can be balanced, when you're not like a triple option team like some of these military academies, and when you're not a straight-up air raid team like Washington kind of seems like it is right now. They're passing for 345 a game, best in the SEC, top 10 in the country, and running it for 155, which is middle of the pack. But what you don't want to have is an imbalance, right? So it's pretty level right now, and I've made that analogy before. The seesaw is like this. I don't know how that happens in real life, how a seesaw gets to be like that, because it's got to go up or down. But that's not what the LSU offense is. That's the point. It's balanced. And here's how I want you to think about this LSU offense. It's like an ice cream stand, all right? So a good ice cream stand. You go to a good ice cream stand, what makes it good? Well, when they've got a plethora of flavors, but also so many toppings that you need the person telling you what toppings they have to say it like 6 and 7 times, and then you just go with the one that sticks in your head the most. So you've got cookie dough. You've got sprinkles. You've got frosted flakes. You've got Cocoa Puffs, marshmallows, whatever you want to put on your ice cream sundae. This LSU offense has that many options. You've got good running backs. You've got a good run game. Jaden Daniels can run the football. The offensive line has played well. Mason Taylor at tight end, he's a running, passing threat. The wide receivers, Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas, they are straight up balling right now. The point is, you've got so many options, you don't even know what to do with all these options. That's why this offense is so good. They're running the ball prolifically with Logan Diggs, with Josh Williams, with John Emery, with Jaden Daniels on the read option or just scrambling to get out of the pocket. The offensive line is setting up those plays. They're allowing Daniels to sit in the pocket and go deep to Brian Thomas, Malik Neighbors. So many different guys can get involved in this offense. And when you're calling plays, you're like, what can't we do? I could go with the play action throw to Mason Taylor on a split zone. I can hand it off to Diggs, Emery, whoever. I can let Jaden Daniels just do a quarterback draw. I could send Malik Neighbors on a slot fade. I could send Brian Thomas on a slot fade. Like, this test, this offense right now is like a multiple choice test where all the answers are correct. And those tests are hard to find, believe me. I never took many of those growing up. But that's what it is right now. You can't go wrong with what you call. Logan Diggs will get you 7 yards on the ground. Jaden Daniels will pick up 20 on a read option. Mason Taylor will give you 15 and a touchdown in the red zone. Malik Neighbors will go for 10. He can go for 50 for a touchdown. Brian Thomas the same way. Like, this offense is really, really good. I think it's good enough to lead this team to an SEC championship. So forget about the defense and what they struggle with. Obviously, whoever scores more points wins the game. It's the old adage, right? And this offense can do that because they can score and attack defenses like this, and like this. It's just unbelievable. I didn't think it would be this good coming into the season. I thought for sure there'd be one weakness, but I don't see the weakness. I mean, in this game against Arkansas, 509 yards, 26 first downs, 6 of 10 on third down. That is consistent dominance from quarter 1 to quarter 4. They did it running. They did it passing. Everything in between there as well. 320 through the air, 189 on the ground. They had a lead back in Diggs go for about 100 on 14 takes. Daniels had over 30 yards on the ground himself as well. And then Thomas and Neighbors, both Neighbors, went over 130 each through the air. Each. This offense is dangerous. And when things happen defensively, you give up a crushing touchdown. This offense comes right back in 3 plays. Boom, 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 touchdown. Momentum right back on LSU's side. That's the kind of offense you need. That's the kind of offense that will beat Alabama. That is even the type of offense that can beat a Georgia team. One that can go punch for punch with a prolific offense. One that can change the game in the snap of a finger. And that's the kind of offense that LSU has. So this unit's fun to watch. I waited to see if they could do it consistently and against defenses that actually have, some kind of oomph and are actually, pretty solid. And they've done it so far. They're going to get tested again this weekend against Ole Miss. Again against Missouri. There's no weeks off in the SEC. The first real opportunity to see, is this team for real? And I guess the offense, I think they're already for real. But I think everyone's going to get a grand awakening in Tuscaloosa when LSU plays Alabama, because I think it's going to be the offense that is the difference maker in that game, just like it was when Texas beat Alabama at home there. And we'll revisit that in a couple of weeks. But I'm just letting you guys know, you can trust me, this offense is really, really good and can lead LSU to wins against anybody this year. That's how good it is.